Are you starting to feel more comfortable now, and your team, you think, now for the second go-around?
Yeah, I think, I'd like to think that I'm more comfortable and doing a better job as a head coach. I think our players, it's been good for them to have some continuity. And it's appreciate what they've gone through and getting there. But it's I feel like we're certainly don't have to go around the block again. We'll have a couple opponents that we haven't faced, but we've got some others that a little more familiar with it. So it's a good thing. Obviously, got a ton of respect for the teams that we play, and certainly I knew of the reputations of the coaches in this league, but seeing it week in and week out and studying the films, even more impressed with that, and certainly the level of play, the players and the athletes in it. Truly proud to be in this conference, and like I've been telling a couple other people, as proud as we are to be members of the ACC, our goal and objective is to make an impact on it, and we're certainly not there right now, but I love the way the guys are working and approaching, to try to get to that point.
Coach, right here to the right.
Coach, Dan Store, Broadcast Media. Two different questions. First with Tyler Boyd and how much you feel he can lead this offense and be a leader overall, and then secondly, you said the team has some work to do, but just how you define Pitt right now.
Answering your first one with Tyler, obviously impressed with, and I know he's appreciative. Doesn't take it for granted, but the first year that he had, and he is a guy that our players are going to look to, and he needs to be a leader, and it wasn't by accident. Ray Venipol was here, and that's one of our seniors, and then Tyler, and that's kind of who we are as a team. We've got some excellent, seniors and need their leadership, but we've also got a large number of first and second year guys that we also, need them to grow up. And so Tyler's one of many young guys that need to be able to step up into a leadership role, as well as, the best way he could lead is continue to be productive. And, love the way that he approaches the game and the type of teammate that he is. And so, we need, if we're going to be good, if you look back at the end of the year and we've had some success, Tyler's going to, my guess has got to be a big part of that. And what was the other part of the question? How do you define
Pittsburgh right now? I know you said the team needs some work, but just your vision of the team in this moment, how you would define them?
Well, I've never been one to be the guy that announces who we are or what we are. That's for others. I know where we want to go, and our players know that. But I do like the way that this group has been working. I like their approach. I like the mindset that they have at it. But we're at a place. Feel fortunate to be at Pittsburgh. You talk about a school with unbelievable football tradition. And in a city that absolutely, it's a great sports town, but a heck of a football city. High school football is big on Fridays. Obviously, the Steelers are big on Sunday, and we want to be a team that reflects the city and reflects the university and the tradition, of a great university. I want the ex-players to be proud, of Pitt and Pitt football, and I know they certainly are proud of it. But that's where we want to go, and that's what I mean. We're not where we want to be. But I sure appreciate and enjoy going through and facing that challenge with this group of guys, and for every challenge there's an opportunity.
Coach, to your left, for first row. Sorry.
Coach Don Munson with Clemson. One of your young players, Chad Wojtek, got to meet him actually when he came on a recruiting trip to Clemson. So whatever it is, he seems to have it. How big was the bowl game for him and being able to lead your team back to victory, and then now building off of that, going in and competing in this season?
Yeah, I think that, certainly any experience is helpful, but then to have the experience of the game being in the balance. And what I appreciated as much from the bowl game was, our underclassmen truly wanted to win that for the seniors. And our seniors, interesting hearing them talk afterwards, even our seniors wanted to do it for the underclassmen. So for that group of guys, for us, that was a big game. And then for Chad to be able to step in and perform the way that he did, it was big for our team at the moment. But I think it's also great for his confidence. And, you know, it was great for me to see those things that you don't see in practice, you know, how someone handles, you know, the pressure of a game and you know, the physicalness of it. And so, you know, certainly I thought a really good starting point for him. And, you know, I've appreciated the way that he's approached the offseason, spring ball, and certainly this summer. And therefore, that's one of the reasons why I'm really excited for fall camp.
Coach, right side.
Coach Jim